Good. Do you have what does your hat say?
What's my hat say?
Oh, good. Now I can see it.
Let's
so you
make
have
America great again.
All right.
You got it right there? You got it?
I got it. Thank you.
If you can move certain things or do certain things, I will listen. My ears will be open. And I tried to do that to Obama. And Obama didn't even give me the time of day. I asked him, I said, I have something to say from North Korea. He just brushed me off.
Ooh, another black man in a MAGA hat. That one's tough for you guys, huh? Well, unless you've been living under a rock, you've been hearing about the Kim Trump summit that was in the works. It did, in fact, take place, and we were able to get Kim to agree to a couple of points, two of them being kind of nonsense about peace and prosperity and we'll work together. All right, we'll see. The third reaffirmed their commitment towards denuclearization. That's going to be a long-term one. And the fourth one was the recovering of POW remains. That's including the immediate reparation of those already identified. That to me seems like the short-term win Trump wanted. Plus, would be pretty easy to discern the commitment of the North Koreans to this agreement if they're not even willing to begin doing that. Now, there was one concession Trump made, which has got some people panties in a bunch, but it's that he decided to stop the joint training sessions in the South. This has some people upset, but largely your opinion on this summit is based on whether you're on the right or the left. The right is overjoyed and pointing at this as a huge win for Trump and mocking the left for being upset about world peace, while the left is chiding Trump for seeing Kim Jong-un for one of vaguely three reasons. Either the deal is unclear or lacks detail. Trump gave Kim the PR, the legitimization and the PR that he wanted. Or, surprise, he's actually a fascist and he loves Kim Jong-un. Now there's even the left can't go hog wild on this one, and you see reasonable takes from places like HuffPo. You know what you're arguing against, it's hard to argue against. But I do think the HuffPo line here is on. Trump's Singapore summit was far from perfect, but it's better than threatening war. I think that's the takeaway. We're talking to them. They've agreed to some stuff. We'll see some movement on the POWs pretty much immediately, I imagine. I think that would be a test for whether the larger agreement holds. And it's always better to be talking and at least looking like you're getting along rather than spending your time figuring out how long it is till you can nuke one another. That typically doesn't turn out well for anybody. And what's kind of gone untalked about in this is North Korea's importance to China. As far back, the Korean War only came to a stalemate because the Chinese were willing to back the North Koreans militarily. We would have probably rolled to the border of China if it weren't for them pushing back with the North Koreans. And they've always used North Korea as a lever against American influence in South Korea, especially if North Korea and South Korea somehow unify. And I just don't see allegiances to China being overruling in that situation. So China looks to lose, if not really an economic or military partner, at least an ideological partner, at least someone they could lean on to be a buffer against Western influence. So that's a very interesting change as well. So, maybe Dennis Rodman did save the world. Maybe it was him going over there and talking to Owen as a basketball player, not as a politician, that opened his eyes. Maybe the flashy tattoos and piercings gave him a taste of that loose Western culture. Maybe he liked that. I don't know. It's interesting though. I remember back when all that stuff happened, and I never thought anything. I thought he was crazy out of his mind, but maybe maybe Dennis Rodman will be credited with the denuclearization of Korea. Could you imagine? We are the Republic's walls. They'll have to come and take it.